Hello and welcome. Right, I'm going to be making butternut squash soup. This is a spice soup, and I'll be using some ginger, garlic, onion, butternut squash, and the spices I'll be using is going to be Garam Masala, ground cumin, ground coriander, and also some chili flakes. And I'll also be using some fresh coriander as well, and there's vegetable stock cubes I'm using there, and some vegetable oil, and also some sour cream. So I'm going to start now by peeling the butternut squash, dicing them, putting them on the tray and sticking them in the oven. I put them in the oven at 180 for about 30 minutes. So I'll just carry on with that a minute. Music you can hear, if you can hear it in the background, that's Motown Greats, which is on the radio. I've got exactly the same CD, but I think they're just playing from that CD. Everything's in order. Anyway, I'm listening to that now. So I'll just crack on with this, okay? Right, I've peeled the squash, butternut squash. I've diced it, put it on 2 trays. Now I'm going to stick this into the oven at 180 for about 13 minutes. So whilst that's in the oven, I'm going to prepare the rest. So first of all, I've put these seeds here because I'll be washing these seeds and drying them out to use for planting. Right, there's 1 large onion. I'm using the yellow onion. So I'll be peeling this now and dicing this. It doesn't have to be small because I'll be putting it into the liquidizer. So I'll just crack on now with peeling this. I'll show you when I've diced it. I've diced the onion. And I'll just put it, I've put 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in there. So it's heating up. I don't want it fried. I only want to soften the onion. So I'll leave that in there. And I'll prepare my ginger. I'm using a spoon to peel the ginger. If I was only using 1 butternut squash, I'd have half the amount of ginger then. I'm doing a big soup, so I can freeze it. Not that it'll last that long, but anyway. I'll just dice my ginger now. That does the onions and the garlic. Stick that in. When this starts softening up now, I'll start adding the spices. That's all softened up. I'm using about 2 tablespoons of Garam Masala. Teaspoon of crushed chilies. How can I get one in, but I can't get it out. About 4 teaspoons of ground cumin, and the same then with the ground coriander. Mix this all in. Turn it right down. Let that cook a minute. I've added the stock cubes directly to the pan, and to that now I'll be adding about 2 litres of boiling water. When you use the same pan for soda, you get to know when the litres are. Right, turn this up. And bring this to the boil. Right, now the butternut squash is soft. Put the knife in. I've left the one not in because they're not as soft as this. I can now transfer this into the pan. And put this now on to boil again. I'll bring the other one out now. The other tray. It's been in there now for about 45 minutes on 180. So we'll just add this now to the others and to the pot. And just cover that now with fluid. Make sure they're covered. Top them with the water. Bring it to the boil. Once it's come to a boil, I'll let it simmer then for 20 minutes, just to soften up the squash a bit more. get flavours into the soup. Bring it to the boil now. Now it's come to a boil, I'll turn it right down and just let it simmer now for 20 minutes. Right, it's been on now cooking for 20 minutes, so turn that off, leave it there. And I now want to put this into the liquidizer. So I'll put bit by bit. I don't want to put too much in. Click it on. Put my top on. Let's have a check of it. Brilliant. Right, I'll just carry on doing this a second. Right, now I'm going to be returning all this now back to the pan. And also this bit here. Soup. To the pan, I am going to add some sour cream, and this is 150 mils of sour cream. Difference with pumpkin soup and squash is pumpkin you put double cream. I'm also going to add some chopped coriander. This is my chopped coriander. I'll mix this in and I'll bring it up to a slow boil and then simmer again now for 10 minutes. And this soup is absolutely excellent. when you're on a diet. It fills you up and it's nothing, it's just water. Gives you all the nutrients going. I'll have to find out what's in it, but I know there's plenty of nutrients in it. Very good for slimmers. And of course you can use whole fibre bread, then wholemeal bread with it, or bread rolls, homemade wholemeal bread rolls. And I actually like it with a boiled egg in the dish, and then put the soup in the dish. That is delicious. And the egg will give you all the proteins going. I'll just bring it up to a simmer a minute. Right. Soup's all ready. I boiled my egg ready. And of course you can, I won't have so much because I'm going to have some later. You can put some chopped coriander up on top, which I will. Right, here is my soup. I tell you, it is really, really nice. Not too spicy because I don't like things too spicy. And yeah, really, really nice, especially with the egg. Gosh, and I am going to enjoy this. And again, if you like the recipe, please let me know. And I will put it in the description because someone has asked for the recipe of me. So I will put it in the description. And shout out to Carol, because Carol's asked me to put a recipe up for the last dish I done, which was the stir fry. I haven't done it yet, but I will do it. And also to Dennis of Redneck Hillbilly, and of Tracy. At the moment it's Tracy cooking a lot of my vlogs, but I think she is going to be changing her names, but I'll have to get used to that as well. So here's a big shout out to them. And of course Ali from My Rusty Garden. Oh, she's brilliant. Really makes me smile for the day, she does. Anyway, have a look at them and see what you think. Anyway, I'm going to eat my lunch and I'll see you all again. Bye bye.